Welcome to the Sezoensrally in Bocholt in Belgium. It's the 5th round of the Jobfixers Belgian Rally Championship, and the two title contestants are both at the start this time, unlike at the previous round, the Rally de Wallonie. This is Chris Prinsen, twice a winner this year, won second place, leading the championship with 4 points in hand. Didn't participate in the previous round because there's only 6 scores you can enter out of 9 rallies. Good start from Prinsen, who immediately takes the lead.
Het ligt er toch ook tricky bij, zeker.
Yeah, it's very tricky at some stages, especially a bit wet on the gravel portions, of course, against the dust. But it's difficult to beat the first car on the road. The infamous gravel here is it's impossible to drive straight on. So we'll see what will happen. That's part of the rally, isn't it? This is Vincent Verschuren at the start with co-driver Veronique Hostens, reigning Belgian champion in this Bocholt rally, which, as you heard Prinsen say, the only Belgian rally who has gravel portions in it. Verschuren takes the first scratch of the rally, but then has to undergo the law of Prinsen.
We hebben heel veel onderstuur.
Yeah, we had a problem with understeer on the short situations, so we have to solve it, otherwise we will lose a lot of time here. This is Adrian Furnemore, winner of the Spa Rally earlier this year. He wasn't planning on doing the whole championship, but after his good results he found some extra money, and now he's at the start here in Bocholt. It's the first time he drives a four-wheel drive car here, so it's not that easy for him. Irishman Stephen Wright has been on the podium here for the last 3 editions here in the Bocholt Rally, but it will be very difficult for him to repeat that. Sebastian Bedouet, very first time he's at the start here in this partly gravel rally, so he has a lot to learn. Not easy for this youngster. He's being coached by 4 times Belgian Rally champion Freddie Loix. And here is part of that gravel stage with Patrick Snares in the Porsche. Snares leads the GT category from amongst other drivers. This Gunther Mollens, a local driver. Last year he won the historic category here in his home rally, and now he decided to go for a Porsche. But there was gearbox trouble early on, and at the first service period he had to try and repair it.
Gunther Mollens, wat is er gebeurd vanmorgen?
Gunther, what happened here? Yeah, we started very well for just until the last stage here. We had a problem with the clutch. So now we got back to service. Now I hope we have enough time to change it, because we have to change the gearbox as well. It will be very tricky, because I don't know whether we will have enough time to do the repairs in time. And as it turned out, he did not have enough time, so he had to retire. Peter Jan Michiel Krakow, the only of the Jobfixers rally team present here in Bocholt. Start of the rally for the youngster, incurring a puncture, losing a couple of minutes.
Ja, we hebben een platte band gehad.
Yeah, we had a puncture. I have to look at the onboards because I have no clue where that could have happened. Maybe we cut too much. I don't know. It's dangerous everywhere, isn't it? Yes, indeed. It's incredible. It's a unique experience to drive on gravel here. It's you have to look where to brake, where to steer. Well, we lost 2 minutes now, so we have to continue and learn a lot. Jay Ducan with the Skoda Fabia. Lots of Fabia R5s here. He's doing well.
Beetje een moeilijke start gehad. Eerste maal hier.
Yeah, difficult start. Yeah, first time here in the Sezoensrally. So we had a spun in the stage 1, lost a bit of time. We lost the confidence there, and then in the gravel wasn't easy at first. and then in third we tried to match the times of the drivers of our qualities. In the Pirelli Junior category, Niels Randvoort in his Ford Fiesta lost a bit of time in the early stages, just like Thibaut Mazin in another of the Fiesta R2s. And that means it was a three-way fight for the lead in the Pirelli Juniors, with Tobias Bruls in his Peugeot in third after the first couple of stages. Grégoire Munster in his Opel Adam in second, but he was only a couple of seconds off the lead. And this was Jean Delay leading in his Ford. In the historic category, Dirk de Veur is trying to do his utmost best. He was in sixth after the first three stages. Stefan Prinzi in his Opel Ascona was just ahead of him. And Paul Alita, one of the favourites, was in second behind Hino Kenis and his BMW, but there was only 3 seconds between the both of them. So a good fight coming up in the historic category. In the M Cup, reserved for the BMWs with over 300 horsepower on the rear axle, Frankie Bulla was in second, with Dutchman Mats van den Brand leading, some 20 seconds in hand with his M3. Pieter Jan Michiel Krakow at the end of the first loop had caught up, had gained some of the time lost, but as he mentioned before, it's all about getting experience now in his Jobfixers Fiesta. Still, it's a possibility he could get into the top 10, score some points here. Didier Duquesne doing his utmost best to keep up with the leaders. In 13th at the end of the first loop. Mullins continued, but would be out of the rally soon. And Steve Materna up to 7th after 5 stages. Good performance from the Skoda driver. And Patrick Snijers, a bit worried about the engine of his Porsche, but still in 6th at the moment. Yeah, everything went well, but as you can hear, my engine is not really sounding right. I think there's a small problem with the ignition. But I hope we can fix it so we can continue. But I think it's going well. I think we're 5th or 6th or something like that, which on this gravel with this car is rather surprising. Yeah, one of the other Skoda's, Dutchman, Van Loon.
Kwam van het onverhard al en ik liet hem afslaan.
I came with gravel and then I cut the engine. Yeah, I tried too hard maybe. So I lost a couple of seconds. So youthful exuberance. Yeah, you can leave the youthful behind, but a bit exuberant, yes. Here's Sebastian Bedere, without gravel experience, still in 5th overall. Good performance by the youngster.
On est, je pense, 1 minute de la tête.
I think we are 1 minute behind the leader. I think we are 4th or 5th. Freddie will be happy. Yeah, Freddie will be happy if we're at the end of the rally and doing a good rally. Adrian Fernamont in 3rd, trying to keep up with the leaders. Not easy if you lack the experience that the others have. Verschuren trying to make up for the time lost with the wrong setup in the morning. Fighting for every 10th of a second with Chris Prinsen.
Het is zo makkelijk om een fout te maken op de
It's so easy to make a mistake here. If you brake too late, you slide a bit wide and then you lose 10, 15 seconds, and that makes a big difference, of course. If you try too hard, then it's over, isn't it?
Dure fout natuurlijk.
And Chris Prinsen, with new co-driver for this rally, Yannick Sterken, still in the lead. Trying to stay ahead of Vincent Verschuren.
vind dat we 2 goede proeven gereden hebben.
I think we had 2 good stages here, the last 2. We had a little problem with the pop-off that opened up, but that's maybe why, because you drive more on torque here. It's a bit annoying, but everything's going well. We don't lose too much time. So it's Prinsen leading from Verschuren, then Fernamon Bedouin in 4th, and Van Loon in 5th. Second loop of 5 stages, and a bit of trouble for Tobias Bruls. Losing a bit of time, some 20 seconds. Jean Dillet dropped to 2nd, but still fighting hard for the lead in the Pirelli Junior Championship.
Première participation ici, comment ça se passe?
First participation here, how's it happening? Well, it's rather difficult here with the gravel, then the asphalt, a lot of dust. We have to be very careful, make no mistakes, but I love it a lot. You can really play with the car, it's really amusing. Leading the Pirelli Junior category is Grégoire Munster, son of former Belgian champion Bernard.
Vous êtes passé en tête, je crois, hein?
Yeah, I think you're taking the lead now. I've taken the lead by 1/10 of a second. We're really fighting hard. It's really close between us, but that's part of the rallying. That's why we like it, that's why we're having fun. And these youngsters really know how to behave.
Ik ben jong en ik wil altijd...
I'm young and I want to drive fast. So for all the youngsters who want to drive fast, you can drive fast, but only on the stage, not on the road sections or on the public roads. I'm 23-year-old and I have the chance to drive rally, and all the spectators, please don't drive too fast in the road sections because the rally depends on it. End of part 1, see you after the break. Back in the Sezoensrally, the 5th round of the Jobfixers Belgian Rally Championship. And this is Dirk de Veu in his Ford Escort, part of the historic championship. He's in 5th at the moment. Gained a spot in the second loop of 5 stages. This man is now leading. Paul Alitar in his Subaru Impreza. He has 1 minute and 14 in hand over Kino Kenis and 2 minutes 13 over Tom van Rompuy, both in a BMW. In the M Cup, it's a fight between Dis Kerpens in the small BMW, Frankie Bula in his other BMW. Of course, it's the M Cup. And he's 56 seconds behind already, behind young Dutchman Mats van den Brandt, heading for another win in the M Cup. Steve Bigard is doing fine with his Mitsubishi. He's in 10th overall. And Pieter Jan Michiel Krakow is gradually climbing up the rankings. He's in 17th already, even after his time loss early in the morning. Real good performance by the Jobfixers driver.
De tijden zijn aan het verbeteren.
Times are improving. Yeah, really? Well, I don't know, because my co-driver won't let me look at the times apart from one, and that wasn't bad. Is it really that different from a tarmac rally? Oh yes, it's incredible. If you haven't driven here, you can't compare it to anything else. It's really extraordinary. Steve Materne in 9th now, losing some time in this loop of 5 stages. Stephen Wright will be having difficulties in getting that podium again. He's in 8th for the moment with Belgian co-driver Eddie Smeets. And DJ Duquesne getting to grips with the stages and improving a lot. Jumps up to 7th.
Links afval, goed blijven, 150, links 7 punten, diepe snijden, over gras, links 7 punten.
So good performance for DJ Duquesne in his first visit here. And then in 6th it's Chris Prinsen. You wonder why, but he had some good times, but then new co-driver Yannick Sterken made a mistake and clocked in 3 minutes early, which means a 3-minute penalty. So bad luck for Princeton.
Ik weet het niet goed.
Yeah, I don't know really what happened. We came off the last stage and then we immediately went to do regroup. And then Yannick probably had a miscalculation. I think we're 4 minutes early. It's a human mistake. I've made some early as well. I went off in my day, so it's not very fortunate, is it? That means that Dutchman Erik van Loon is now in 5th with his Skoda, trying to gain one more spot, but that will be difficult against this Patrick Snares on the gravel with his Porsche. Always impressive. Snares, multiple Belgian rally champion, of course. And Sebastian Bedere, maybe he's the future of Belgian rallying. He's in 3rd. Yes, it's not bad, but then again, that's not why we're really here for. I was a bit lucky. We're here to learn and to drive on gravel. So it goes better and better, and we still have one loop to try and get even closer. Through the penalty of Chris Prince, and Adrian Furnemont is now in 2nd, just over a minute behind the leader.
Bon, c'est malheureux que ça arrive dans ces conditions. Voilà,
yeah, it's a pity that it happens in these circumstances, of course. We try to get closer to their times, and we'll see. If it's a 2nd place, then we'll take it, but it's unfortunate for Chris, of course. And Vincent Verschuren is now the new leader. He could get his 2nd win of the season and take the lead of the championship if all stays as it is. Has a good margin for the last loop now. Over a minute in hand with 5 stages to go.
Het had kunnen verkleinen tot 1 seconde. Dus
yeah, I think we were able to close the gap towards 1 second. It was getting exciting, and then he gets this penalty. Well, yeah, that's what happens. I was unlucky in the Haspengouw, and Chris is unlucky here. So you see, it's still 5 stages to go, and the gravel is getting worse and worse. It's really deteriorating. One rock could damage your car, get a puncture, tear off a wheel. You never know what could happen.
Het is zeker niet makkelijk.
So standings after 10 stages, Verschuren leading from Furnemont, then Bedere in 3rd, Snares in 4th and 1st of the GT cars, and Dutchman Van Loon in 5th. Final loop of 5 stages, and nothing changes in the junior category. Chandillet takes 2nd after a good fight with this Grégoire Munster. He takes another win, but he's not sure of the title yet in the Pirelli Junior Championship.
Derde overwinning, heel goed gestart dit seizoen.
3rd win, it's very good for us. We had a good start. I'm very happy with this. I think we have a lot of experience here, so good for us. And the Rodania watch, of course, for the winners. Dirk de Veu in the Historics finishes in 4th, just off the podium, but winning it is Paul Alita. With behind him 2 BMWs, the one of Hino Kenis and of Tom van Rompuy, but at quite a distance. A deserved win for Alita. In the M Cup, Frankie Boulat, another 2nd place finish for him. Again, beating by young Dutchman Mats van den Brandt. Not with co-drivers mates this time, but with Martin Wiedage. 55 seconds in hand at the end of the rally. Jerry looked set for a good result, but then a couple of stages from the end he went off the road, and as you can see by the damage of the car, it was a serious hit.
We
looked set for a good result. Then I made a small mistake. Just on the tarmac, we slid a bit wide, and then we hit the board of the road, and that was it. It was, as you can see by the car, it was a tough one. 2nd place finish could improve Adrian Furnemont's title chances, but unfortunately for him, a couple of stages from the end, the power steering broke and he had to retire, so no points for Fernimo. Pitcher Krakow in the end finished in 8th. Without that puncture in the end, he even could have finished on the podium. A nice drive from the Jobfixers driver. And Steve Materne finishes in 7th with his Skoda Sezoensrally for Materne. Patrick Sneyers had a small problem with the water hose at the end, taking some penalties, but he still finished in 5th and an emphatic winner in the GT category. Another good rally from the experienced Patrick Sneyers. And Stephen Wright kept on fighting and just finished off the podium in 4th. But yet again, another good result for the Irishman here in the Sezoensrally. Chris Princeton tried to make up lots of places, and eventually he finished in 3rd. But that would not help him a lot in the Belgian Championship standings, for he would lose that lead. An extremely good result for Sébastien Bédoré. A bit lucky to finish in 2nd, but especially he got closer to the leaders in the end. For a guy without experience, that's very good. And the 2nd win of the season for Vincent Verschuren and co-driver Veronique Hostens, taking the lead in the Jobfixers Belgian Rally Championship now. A very good Sezoensrally then for the Skoda duo. And obviously Verschuren very happy with this 2nd win of the 2018 season.
Vincent Verschuren, proficiat, wat een...
Vincent Verschuren, congratulations, what a crazy rally this was. Yeah, thank you, yeah. It was a good rally for us. Unfortunately, the fight had to finish almost halfway through to the the bad luck of Chris. But obviously this is good for our championship chances. And now it's very close again. And the next rally is very important for us, the Ypres rally. It's our home rally, so we want to do well there. So win for Verschuren from Bédoré in 2nd, Princeton still in 3rd, and Stephen Wright and Patrick Sneyers in 5th. In the championship, Verschuren is now leading with 4 points in hand over Chris Princeton. Sébastien Bédoré climbs up to 3rd with Sneyers in 4th and Frankie Bulla in 5th. And the podium celebrations then for winners Vincent Verschuren and co-driver Veronique Hostens. That was it for the Sezoensrally 2018. See you next time in the Rentis Ypres Rally.